Good afternoon, class. I'm Dr. Bud. First up, a little housekeeping. It's unfortunate to have to tell you this, but Mopar University is closing. Unfortunately, due to declining enrollment, the school had to close. However, Speed Performance College decided they wanted to take me on and continue my mission here of teaching everyone about Mopars. So yay for me. Ironically, it has the same acronym as Scat Pack Club, Speed Performance College. Look at that. What do you know? Anyways, last week we talked about how you can use your key fob to get into your car and start your car even if the key fob battery is dead. That's right. You don't need to call a locksmith. Go watch the last video and you can see it for yourself. Yes, it's true. Anyway, so here we are in lesson 2 today. Compass variation. Now, if you're not familiar with the term compass variation, I'm not surprised. Most people have never heard of it before either. The really interesting thing about our planet is it's round. I know, it's a shocker to me too. The planet is actually round, and I found these things, they call them globes. And this is what our planet looks like. Now, you can see here how it's spinning. They've got a north and a south on the axis. While this is technically correct for north and south, that's not how the magnetic compass, magnetic north and south work. Magnetic north is actually off, and it's constantly moving. It's been moving for the last 150 years and pretty dramatically. We won't get into this today, but there's some next level stuff out there that says we're likely gonna see the north and south poles flip. That hasn't happened in 750,000 years. Pretty trippy times. It's gonna screw up a lot of shit when it happens, but hey, what are we to know? But the world is round. However, with the world being round, maps are flat, and this creates problems. So what they have to do is they have to make adjustments for the fact that the map is not flat and it is round, and everything kind of focuses in to the magnetic north point. Basically what I'm saying is, if you're looking at a map, straight north on a map in Maine to straight north map in Alaska is not the same thing at all. So to correct for this, the makers of our cars have made a variation map to allow that your compass to read the correct way and still get you where you need to go. The trick is you need to set this, unless you've got a 2015 Plus with the 8.4 screen in it. Then you're set. So if you got Scat Pack, Hellcat, don't worry about this. You have an auto-calibrating compass. If you have a 2011 to 2014 Charger 300 Challenger, or if you have a newer car with the 4.3 Uconnect in it, you will need to manually go into your settings and change the compass variance in there. When you go into your settings, as you'll see here, there are some settings that just says compass variance and gives you a range of 1 to like 15 or 16. That range that you're seeing right now doesn't really explain anything. So if you're playing in the settings and you see that, you're like, well, what the hell is that? There's this thing in your glove box called the owner's manual. Your owner's manual has a map very similar to this that'll tell you what zone you should be in. Now, I happen to live in zone 7. My car, when I got it, was set to zone 2. As you can imagine, this creates a problem. My compass was off by almost 45 degrees. I could never figure it out, and I didn't bother looking into it because I use Google Maps anyway, so wasn't that critical, but it always used to bug me when I'm driving what I feel is due north and it says I'm going northwest. I'm just like, how is this possible? Why is the compass so badly off? Well, it's because of compass variation. The magnetic north, like I said, is not north axis, so it changes a bit and you have to adjust for that. So if you live on the East Coast, you're looking at from 9 to 15 in the variance, and if you're West Coast, you're 1 to 5 basically, and the rest that's kind of the middle of the country, middle of the road. But the pole splits actually right through North America, and that's about where between 9 and 10 right now is where the pole split is. Really kind of interesting stuff, but that's that gets in the whole compass, more compass variation stuff that beyond what we need to talk about today, but it's still interesting stuff. Anyways, so what you'll see is you need to find your zone. Like I said, if you're in, Washington State, you're probably looking at either 3 or 4. California, Nevada, Idaho, Montana, you're in 4 and 5, somewhere in that range. Texas, you're almost all in 6. But look at your owner's manual, see what zone you're in, or your compass variance you're in, and go from there. Now, here's a pro tip for you. Download the digital PDF of your owner's manual, then just search the word compass. You'll find this map in a minute, and you'll know how to easily set your car for this. So there you go. There's your lessons on compass variation. I'll include another video of me doing my charger as well, so you can see where the settings and how that all works. But yeah, so that's compass variation. I am Dr. Bud. I am your professor here at Speed Performance College, and I hope you tune in next week to our class when we'll be talking on an interesting subject that I won't tell you about until you watch. So until next time, cheers and keep learning. I really need to work on that Maker's Mark sponsorship.
All right, here's what I'm going to show you. In my 2013 Charger, we're going to go into SRT and more, and then we'll go into settings. The second page, you'll see compass, and then compass variation. Now, I put it back to 2. Basically, you just have to cycle through. So I'm going to start clicking this until I get through and hit to zone 8. I'm actually, in my car, it's zone 8, even though the new map says 7, but for this map, it's zone 8. So then all you got to do is hit X, and you're out of it, and that's it. So, again, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next week.